Kim, good to see you. Happy New Year. Today we are sharing 5 financial resolutions for a happy and successful 2024. We are revisiting this annual favorite, but with some new resolutions. And again, today we are sharing the top 5. Resolution number 1, meet your match, or as my dad says, don't leave free money on the table.
Yes, and that's exactly the gist of it. If you have an employer plan and your employer is going to help match the dollars that you put in, you always want to take advantage of that free match. So for a lot of employers, that's going to be anywhere from 3 to 6%. So if your employer does a 6% match, you at least want to make sure that you're doing up to that 6% match.
All right, resolution number 2, contribute more to retirement. But I'm wondering, is there a goal percentage that we should be aiming for? And of that, how much should be going into a Roth account?
Yeah, so you always want to do as much as you can. What a lot of the industry experts will say is if you contribute 15%, it's pretty hard to screw up that retirement plan. But again, at a minimum, you always want to meet your match and then do whatever you can over and above that. Now, as far as what should go to pre-tax versus Roth, that's going to be different for everyone depending on your scenario. We're a big believer in the Roth accounts, especially for those younger workers. If you have 20 to 30 years to retirement, most people should be contributing to a Roth. If you're closer to retirement, then every now and then it can make sense to go to that traditional pre-tax.
Okay, so a personalized equation there. Resolution number 3, create a budget. I got to be honest, Kim, this is often on my resolutions and often the first one to fall off.
Yes, living without a budget is like living in the Wild West. You got to know where those dollars are going. So New Year is a great time to do this because one great step to do this is to look at the past year and what you were spending last year. A lot of the credit card companies and banks provide a 12-month annualized statement that'll allow you to kind of map that out where all your dollars were going, but then taking that additional step and mapping out a budget for 2024, that's going to get you on a good footing going forward, help you meet your goals.
All right, resolution number 4, build an emergency fund.
Yes, this is all too often overlooked. A lot of times people say, okay, I'm going to try to contribute as much as possible to those retirement accounts. But if you don't have an emergency fund to start, that a lot of times is going to throw you off track. So general rule of thumb is anywhere between 3 to 12 months of expenses saved as an emergency fund. We know that life always happens to happen. And so having that bucket of money that you can go and fall back on is going to help you keep on track for your future goals.
Right, because if you have to tap those retirement accounts, then you're taking a penalty with it.
Exactly. Or if you have to rack up credit card debt, then you have to reduce down your retirement accounts, and it builds kind of this chaos into your planning going forward.
Right, good point. All right, and resolution number 5, insure yourself. That emergency fund is a great first step, but insuring yourself means that you're taking care of you and your family in case the worst happens.
Exactly. So this time of year, they say 2 things certain in life, right? Death and taxes. We always think about that second one because we're forced to this time of year, but we all too often put that other one on the back burner because it's no fun to think about. But I always like to say you have to, hope for the best, plan for the worst. What happens if something happened to you or your spouse, if you had a family? How would that then hurt your family? So it's a good idea to revisit those things once a year, make sure that you're properly insured so that your family would be protected in those circumstances.
Right. What I'm hearing you say is it all comes back to peace of mind. So Kim, if somebody wants to talk through these resolutions with you, or if they want you to hold them accountable to their own resolutions, what's the best way to do it?
Yeah, go to our website, www.young-wm.com. It's got all of our contact information out there, and we'd be happy to help.
All right. Kim, thank you very much. Happy New Year.
Thanks. Happy New Year.